Welcome back, YouTube. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the breakdown of BTC and the relevance this is going to have to crypto as a whole. And as these new lows in Bitcoin, can they actually drag the rest of crypto, Dogecoin, Ethereum? Can they drag them to even lower lows than where they are right now? If you watched my video from yesterday, you know that one of the three indicators that I spoke of was Bitcoin breaking its 4-year cycle. And today at around 4:30, 4 a.m., that indeed happened. We are now below. This is the first time in Bitcoin's history that it's actually broken its previous all-time high. A lot of people have asked, what is the Bitcoin cycle that I'm referencing? And pretty much for each cycle, bull cycle, you'll see that Bitcoin will never retrace below its previous all-time high. So it was just literally just on like a stair step to heaven. And there was no reason to state that it would potentially go below it this cycle. This was typically the trend. It's been the trend for years. So it was reasonable that we would have a lot of buying pressure that would come in at around the $20,000 mark. This is pretty much what I've been stating for like the last few months. But one of the things that was still out there is because of the Fed's slowness to act on issues like inflation, it appeared that our macro issues would outlast the buying pressure that we would see here at the $20,000 range. People have often asked me what are my predictions for the end of the year and things like that. And I always say, even at the beginning of the year, we have to see how the Fed's going to tackle inflation, because this ultimately is not just going to put pressure on the markets, it's going to put pressure on consumers. It's going to put pressure on the economy. The longer that they're behind inflation, we're going to see pressure all across the board. So the timing of us getting to 20,000 that quickly and us literally having no solutions or no idea how the 0.75 basis point is actually going to work out in the economy, whether or not we're going to have higher CPI numbers next month, that's all unknown. It's all fear. And so people don't typically, especially wealthy individuals that are typically invested in coins like Bitcoin, they don't really like to gamble like that when you have the stock market being crushed at the same time and literally interest rates and mortgages flying to getting ready to do, well, they already have done a steep reversal. The real estate market is tempting to be rug pulled as well. So you're going to have uncertainty across the board. So people are typically going to get cash heavy, wait till there's like a bottom, and then start buying up these assets here. This is going to cause liquidations across the board and for people to pull out a lot of their cash from different assets, selling off their stocks, selling off their crypto, and reducing the prices of their real estate that's currently on the market to hurry up and sell that so that they can get cash heavy and literally buy the dip. Looking at the charts here, whether or not this can pull Dogecoin down or a lot of these other cryptos down, the possibility is there. But when you have coins that are typically like the opposite, based off of who's holding the coin, like Dogecoin versus like a Bitcoin and Ethereum will be more of a better comparison because you're going to have a lot of institutional money in there and a lot of wealthy individuals that's going to be in there. So those are the ones that's kind of going to start reallocating money right now, or reallocating the rest of their money right now. But I've been saying this for over a year that retail money is not the one that's propping up Bitcoin. That's all whales, wealthy individuals, and institutions. And so they're going to, when you start seeing pushes for liquidations and consolidations on these markets, that's when you're going to see these coins literally just get gutted, and you'll start seeing trends get broken like we are right now. Dogecoin, on the other hand, is held primarily by retail. So retail got scared a long time ago. Retail is going to be a lot more paper-handed than the people who hold Bitcoin and stuff like that, especially when they're the ones that kind of control the cycle anyway. But retail is going to sell off a lot sooner and a lot faster than someone who has a lot of money or a lot of assets, and which is what we've seen here with the comparison between like Dogecoin and Bitcoin. So I do believe that it's possible for Dogecoin to consolidate lower, but not as dramatic as people may think. For Bitcoin, 85, 90% is not out of the question. Around 95 for Doge from its previous all-time high will put us at around 4 cents. And even right now, with thousands of dollars chipping off of Bitcoin, we see that Dogecoin is still at 5 cents. We're going to take a look here at the charts and the heat map here. But this will kind of just prove my point here that we can consolidate lower, but I don't believe it's going to be like at the speed that which we're seeing the money get liquidated out of Bitcoin. If we do break below 5 cents, we'll have to see what shorts have. Maybe they'll start doing some crazy spikes to try and get it up. But overall, I think this will just incentivize people buying Dogecoin at these lower prices, especially if it did get to something like if they were able to somehow get it to like a penny or certainly below it, and now people are able to get large numbers of coins for fractions of a penny. I don't think that they'll be able to keep it there for a sustainable amount of time. So this is one of the reasons why I think that Dogecoin is a lot closer to its consolidation point than actually Bitcoin. Bitcoin, technically, now that their cycle is broken, the floor is now open for Bitcoin to actually consolidate down to around 11,000. That's actually not out of the question. Well, let's take a look here at the chart. So this is the heat map here for Bitcoin, courtesy of Bookmap. Link in the description if you want access to this. And this will pretty much tell you what the battlegrounds are right now for Bitcoin. And right now we're at around 1930. We've pretty much hit some pockets of liquidity here and got some bounces up to around the 19 range. Buy orders are coming in very fiercely for Bitcoin at the moment. Very strong buy orders at around 1840 range, 1830 range, 18,920. This is pretty much like we're pretty much right now. We're heading up to test these sell orders at around 19,170. So that's these really big green balls that are coming in right here. This is pretty much pushing us upward here. So we're going to pretty much head up right now because we see that there's pretty much an open space in that range. So we're pretty much going to head up and test the sell orders, which do not appear to be very strong right now. So this could just be because of the time of day, but these things change like literally second by second. These pools of liquidity can move, they can alter. But as of right now, we're headed to around 19.1, 19.2 to test those sell orders. Buy orders are certainly coming in fiercely though. If we look down here toward the bottom, around like 18.8, very strong. Large amounts of liquidity are coming in here, and we see sell orders are kind of drying up right now, and we are down to just strong sell orders around like 19,280. So, which is not bad. We can actually sit here for a day or so before we start getting those push downs, or we can have another attack in the middle of the night to try and actually get this lower. But at the end of the day, as I've been saying, most of the money in Bitcoin belongs to wealthy individuals and institutions. And as fear and uncertainty or the possibility of this dragging out continues, the people that have held on this far, they're going to grab their cash because more than likely they're still in profit or they have other hedges. They're going to grab their cash, wait for consolidation in the real estate market, consolidation here, consolidation in the stock market, and start buying the dip. This is how they open up their profit margins. And this is how also they position themselves for the next bull run. So they have the ability here to watch to see if there's going to be a breakdown and still be able to take profit. For the people that called me crazy when the crypto market was around $3.3 trillion, and now we've seen over $2 trillion literally vanish. Does the retail sector feel $2 trillion richer? Now we know without a shadow of a doubt. So there's no more need to put those comments on my videos. Now we know who owns Bitcoin and where that money came from in the crypto market. Yes, I know we had the largest influx of retail investors into the market, but financially, retail investors did not inject over $2-3 trillion into the market. So when you see these runs and these consolidations, know that it's because they wanted to run and because they wanted to consolidate. Let's take a look here at Doge. So right here, Doge is still right around like 5.3, but yeah, Doge is pretty much trending literally directly in the pools of liquidity. There is some strong support here that's in the red beneath it as far as like the buy orders, but the sell orders to get Dogecoin lower, these are like a light orange. So there's actually very strong sell orders coming in here to push Dogecoin lower. So we're probably going to test that 5 cent mark sometime within the next day or so. So this is what I meant by we can check the short chart to see if they're going, because I'm pretty sure they're trying to capitalize off of the panic. This is very normal for what's going on, media, fear and panic. This is prime opportunity here to get coins lower that they want lower. But we do see some strong sell orders right directly above it. But the buy orders right now are certainly stronger. And you can kind of get an idea of this by like this green bar that's fluctuating over here. You'll see just how much more buy orders there are than the sell orders that we see up here. But do not count those sell orders out just yet because they are in the orange. So that is pretty decent pressure. And I just wanted to point out last night, what did I say in my video after they consolidated those shorts out of Bitcoin? I said they're simply going to do a swap and they're going to be right back. And here we go, right back into the shorts here with Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Doge. And with Dogecoin, it looks like they are positioning themselves to swap out. So this is going to be them capitalizing off of the fear that's in the market and also the low volume that's trading in Dogecoin right now. Because right now, a lot of the community is like, are we going to go lower? Is this it? Are we going to go lower? Is this it? So right now, the volume is really low because they're trying to, pretty much time the market here, and everyone wants the best deal. So right now, they're going to try and swap out some of these shorts and pretty much start their process over again. And for those of you wondering what I mean by not surpassing our previous all-time high, I've zoomed down here so that we can kind of get an idea of roughly where we are and the dangers that we're facing right now with these gap ups and stuff. So right now we have some slight support here, because you can see back in 2020, we got some little resistance here at around pretty much the exact same mark. If you look at this dotted red line here, you'll see that we're having a little pause here right where we did at around the 18.9 range back in December of 2020. Now, you guys know how I feel about gap ups, and typically these get filled. So this is why it looks like kind of like a free fall right now for Bitcoin, because what are we doing? We're filling this gap here that we did pretty much 2 years ago. And so what happens after this mark right here, which is literally where we are right now, this 18.3 range, we have another gap to fill, which will pretty much this has the potential here to take us to around 11,000. And this is typically where our previous all-time high was. This is relatively close to that mark here. And this is pretty much saying that if we continue, or if we break roughly where we are right now, this can position Bitcoin for next stop to be at around 11,000. And that's the big fear as far as saying that, is this going to drag the rest of the market down with us? And with Bitcoin, and it has the potential to affect the market. Absolutely. I do not believe that the people that are still holding, or the individuals, hedge funds, stuff like that, are still investing in Bitcoin, that they are just limited to Bitcoin. If they're going to reduce their exposure, they're certainly going to reduce their exposure across the market. So this can open the door for crypto seeing a further consolidation here. So when it comes down to investing, because we have no solutions on the macros, because there is literally no idea as far as how long this can last. If you're buying the dip right now, just make sure that you're in a position to hold it until we get some clear answers here on macros and possibly a reversal. I hope this video finds you well. Like the video if you found something of value. And if you want to support the channel for free, you can do that by simply subscribing to the channel. It's absolutely free for you to do so, and it helps me out greatly. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, and until next time.